I'm John Beaudin. This is another part of our interview with Jim McCarty of the Yardbirds. There was a point where the Yardbirds were sort of on their way out. They were new up-and-coming bands. There's one band in particular that Jim McCarty says kind of depressed him. Check this out. To you, what was the high point of the band and what was the low point of the band?
Well, probably Shapes of Things was one high point, and then the Hall of Fame was another high point later on. And the low point was just, I think we did a gig with the Vanilla Fudge in one at the end, towards the end. And the Fudge were all sort of, enthusiastic and full of energy and, did a fantastic fantastic job, and we were all sort of, oh dear, how awful, it's very depressing.
Well, especially Vanilla Fudge. I've talked to Mark Stein and Carmine at Peace, and I mean, Carmine just like this, he was doing this. I remember people always talk about that Ed Sullivan show when they went on there, and Carmine's doing this insane stuff that people weren't doing. What was your impression of him?
Carmine? Yeah, he was great. I mean, he's a real extrovert, isn't he? And he told me about touring with a Zeppelin, because he did one of the first tours with the Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And I think he reckoned they stole his idea of using a bigger kick drum. They said, oh, but Bonzo, he wanted a big kick drum like me.
Are you ever someplace where you hear yourself and it's like rediscovering your fridge all of a sudden? You go, can you hear it from different ears, fresh ears sometimes?
Oh yeah. I was on the expressway. I think it was a couple of years ago, and I went in for a pee, and they were playing "For Your Love" in the gents. Everyone having a pee, "For Your Love" going on. I thought, wow, that sounds good. This guy having a pee next to me would never believe it if I said that's me playing.
When you were young, were you ever in that situation where you were sitting beside someone? And I mean, when you're young, did you ever say, hey man, that's me on the drums?
Oh, no, I think I was always very embarrassed about it. I was always thought, oh no, I hope they don't find out. It was embarrassing.
We'll have more from Jim McCarty, the only remaining member of the classic lineup of the Yardbirds, in the next few days. And look in the description for when we release the entire interview with Jim talking about all the great guitarists, of course, most notably Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, and all the stories of the Beatles in the description of this video. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.